Hi guys, doing and welcome to another Arc Garage video. Today I'm gonna share with you how often I replace oil in my cars. But before we do that, let's discuss the owner manuals first. Now the service interval numbers in them can be quite extended by car manufacturers for whatever reasons. One of them might be that they want us to think that maintenance on their new cars is cheap, and following those numbers in real world can be quite problematic. One of the great examples of that is Alfa Romeo Giulietta. The oil change interval was set to 30,000 kilometers. And in my opinion, even the oils nowadays can't cope with such an abuse without serious degradation. Now, the cars with multi-air units started having trouble, and in the end they issued a service bulletin changing that number from 30,000 to 15,000 kilometers. They're not doing this only with oil change intervals, they are also doing it with the cam belts. Now, I've encountered several car manufacturers where they state the cam belt interval service to be like every 120,000 kilometers or every 6 years. However, in real world, the cam belts are snapping left and right, and when they see that issue, they usually issue again the service bulletin stating that the cam belt service interval is now set to, let's say, every like 4 years and 80,000 kilometers. So how often do I change oil on my cars? Well, it depends on the oil type. If it's semi-synthetic, I usually change it every 5 or 6,000 kilometers or every year, whichever comes first. If it's fully synthetic oil, I push that number to like 7,000-8,000 kilometers, and the time interval is gonna be the same, 1 year. So why do I do this? Well, the oil with time starts to degrade, and when the oil degrades, it loses its lubricating properties. When that happens, the metal components inside your engine start to wear out. Now, this is not any significant damage, but over the years that damage accumulates and it's gonna shorten your engine's life. I have a great example right here. My Alfa Romeo GT has its oil change service done every 10,000 kilometers by previous owners. Now, when I take the valve cover off in this car, I can notice a bit of oil buildup and sludge. Now, the situation with my Alfa 147, which has pretty much the same engine, is a bit different. I follow the oil service interval as stated before, and the engine is much cleaner. Now, when I take the valve cover off on that car, the internal components are almost as clean as they were when they came off the production line. If you were wondering which brand do I use, I don't really have one which I prefer. I'm not aiming for Castrol or Salenia or anything like that. As long as it's a decent brand like Coma or Alfa, I'm good with it. The oil change interval is much more important than the brand itself. In the end, it all depends on how long you're gonna keep your car. If it's gonna be for years, this is definitely worth doing. The oil changes are cheap, especially if you are doing it yourself. If you're gonna keep it for maybe like a year or two, there really isn't much point in doing this. Anyway, that would be all for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button and support our channel by subscribing and by sharing our content with the rest of car enthusiasts.